I mean, the answer is, do you want to grow? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to do more than you are doing right now? And if so, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Only because this is just a better, smarter way. That's like you saying, should I work better and smarter or not? Well, if you have the opportunity, yes, work better and smarter. And this isn't some crazy, weird thing out in left field.
Yeah.
This is what successful people are doing. Most coaches, consultants, authors, speakers, use automated marketing. I mean, the majority, we have 20, 30,000 accounts. We have 100,000 users who use Keep on a daily basis. Most of them are in that sweet spot of coaches and consultants and authors and speakers, and have digital products and help people and memberships and courses and all that stuff, because this is how you do that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if it's you just manually doing that, you're going to burn yourself out. That never is going to work, right?
Right. Well, I even think about my dentist does this, right? Like there's a lot of people who are probably putting themselves outside of the boundary of like, I don't need that, or I only have a couple of clients a day. Like a law office could have, I mean, anybody really could utilize this to the umpteenth degree that would support people. I honestly even think about how much better of a relationship I would have with my kids' teachers and school if they did this. And they don't even have to, like, just once a week, like just a reminder, just like hey, tell me more about the school, tell me a history, feature a teacher, right? And so it's school time, right? Everybody's going back to school, so it's in the forefront of my mind. But what from a parental perspective, what from a relational perspective, I just think that there's so much information that one entity, whether you're an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur of a company, of a nonprofit, of a business, I could talk to Darin could talk to me for 2 weeks straight, and I wouldn't learn everything about his company. Because there's so many stories inside of the stories. 100,000 people opening and utilizing this per day. That's 100,000 testimonies he could share with me. And so I just think that people need to open their mind in that regard, but also realize that from a biblical perspective, so let's go there. You've mentioned a couple of the connectivities of what God has done through this. God encourages this by sharing that my yoke is easy, my burden is light. And he has created, I believe he's created software such as Keep, like social media, that people can look to and either cast to the side or say it's not for me or say I'm not techie. But God is like, hey, tap, tap, tap. I gave you this opportunity to turn on the microphone and create a podcast and speak to the world, like worldwide, to go to the nations and make disciples. And you're choosing not to do it. And now you're overwhelmed and not having the fruit that you expect to. How, in your lens, both through all the communication and what you're doing now, do you see that biblical space kind of coming to life and the truth behind it?
I had never thought of it until you just mentioned the yoke thing. And that is, I love that analogy. That is so it. Because clearly, there's an entrepreneur there. The entrepreneur's like, I'm really wanting to work hard. I want to do what I can, but I don't have the tools. And Keep's like, we have tools. We want to help. Like, if you can get both those people and yoke them together, guess what? And one person knows more about them, one person knows more about this, and together you're going.
Yeah.
And you're being yoked. It's sort of like when we yoke ourselves to Christ. It's like there's no better person to yoke yourself.
Yeah.
You want to grow your. I feel like I'm comparing.
You need to. I see a character commercial coming out from Keep right now, and it's got a Christian innuendo. And let's do it. Let's yoke Keep and let's yoke the entrepreneur and be like, hey, this is easy. Hey, I got you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be sacrilegious and act like Keep is Christ, because that is not it. But the whole point is, I mean, we're used to that. We're used to that, going to church and saying, I'm going to do that. I'm going to yoke myself, blah, blah, blah. And it's the same principle in a business. Yoke yourself to the tools, the things that will help you get where you need to get, that make up the lack of strength we have in some areas, and they can do that. So
let's talk about something that I think is a popular conversation right now, but also a critical one connected to AI and what you do through Keep. I'll be quiet because I could go down a whole rabbit hole, and I saw you get so excited. So I know you got lots to say.
I know, like my eyes started to pop out of my head. we've just created something that we call the, I just changed the name, like content creator or something.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
So it's a machine basically, and you sit down with the machine and you answer a bunch of questions. So you say, I'm a coach. I help parents get better relationships with their kids so they're all happy and whatever like that. And I work mostly with whatever. You talk about stuff.
Sure, it's great.
Now the AI, this is all AI powered. The AI says, okay, we got a menu here. We got 50 different things we can do. What would you like to do? And one of them is like a lead magnet download. And you say, okay, let me do that lead magnet download. And so the AI, artificial intelligence, says, okay, we'll build you a landing page and a success page and a first email and a second email and a third email. We'll write you some copy for your website. We'll write you some copy for social media. Oh my
gracious.
We'll put all that together. Is that okay? And you're like, yes, that's okay if you do that. And then you say, boom, and it does it.
You guys.
Here's a landing page. Here's the success page. Here's the first email. And it not only builds it, see, now you're getting me too excited. It puts it into a sequence. It builds them. So it says, okay, you just push go. We'll send this email. We'll wait 2 days. We'll send this email. We'll wait 2 days. We'll send this email.
Oh my heavens.
And we say, I wish we knew how AI could help us. That's how it helps you when it's built into Keep to make your life easier.
And you literally, not that I don't love people and want all of our solopreneurs to have support and teams and camaraderie and all of that thing, but you just replaced someone for a fraction of the cost without the headache of management, by the way, that duplicates your time, right? If God is a God of multiplication, even to our time, our energy, our resources, he's gonna do it through technology. I promise you, he already is, but we aren't looking to it because we think that it's secular. And I think there's it just drives me crazy for the poverty mentality that can be struck on even churches who have a pastoral anointing, but they don't have the entrepreneurial anointing. They don't have the apostolic anointing. This is why we need to work together. This is what that looks like when you can take what is being given in an automation, in a support system, and parallel it, because that's discipleship. We can create discipleship tools by using Keep based on what he just said. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing about like TV. TV can be used to further the word of Christ, and like internet. I mean, sending email. You can strengthen church communities. Those are all tools that we're doing to further the word of Christ and to make people stronger and all that stuff and feel everyone's testimony. Those are all technology. You can use it. Don't shy away from technology. It is there to help you. And if God puts something on your heart to do, he's going to give you the technology to get it out there.
Oh my gosh, this is why tech is fun. You guys just learned how to sell, how to market, how to work smarter and not harder, how to have automation, how to connect with people in authenticity, because I think that's where a lot of people can get sticky in the AI. They're like, well, it doesn't really sound like me, or I don't really feel like it's me doing the nurturing. You still are going to be in connection with someone. And if you aren't, because you're doing a business where you're not, I want to know what you're doing, because that sounds nutty to me. And I don't get it. But I really believe that the transparency of the authenticity, the true human to human connection is going to happen. And this is a way in which that happens.